Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Now we will discuss the 13th chapter of The Prisoner of Zenda, and the name of the chapter is An Improvement on Jacob's Letter. Viewers, in the beginning of this chapter, again, Resendel was thinking, and he tells that he was keeping himself busy in work, and work. But he says that that cannot cure the thoughts of love, and still he was thinking about Princess Philavia, and he was also listening to songs from his fellow person. And when he was sitting there, when he was listening to songs, he said the Rupert came there again, and he said that he was a strong man who feared neither man nor devil, and he came straight to Resendel, and when Resendel was listening to songs, Rupert says, "Is king and love?" Then Resendel replies, "Yes, the king is in love, but not with his life." So again here Resendel was showing his bravery, and he said he's not worried about his life. He's ready to sacrifice life for the cause of getting the original king back. Then the Rupert says to Resendel that he has again an offer from the Black Michael. The Black Michael has sent him here to give an offer. Then Resendel asks that what is that offer? The Rupert says that the Black Michael offers you a safe trek to your country. Again, he will leave you safely to your country and million crowns, a huge amount of money. But as previously, the Resendel again refuses. He said that he's not going to accept that offer. Then Rupert said it's a big amount of money and you must leave this country, and the remaining matters Black Michael will resolve himself, but he refuses. So he was forcing, he was trying to convince, Rupert was trying to convince Resendel that he must accept that offer and he must leave the city, he must leave the country, the capital, but he refused. Then the Resendel asks from Rupert that, "Is your mother alive?" Then he replies that no, she is dead. Then Rupert said that she must be lucky, otherwise she cannot see your dead body because I'm going to kill you very soon. So Rupert was also cursing Resendel. Then when the offer of Black Michael was rejected, and Rupert started to leave the place where Resendel and his companions were, and when he was mounting his horse, then he asked Resendel to shake hands. And when Resendel gave his hand to Rupert, then all of the sudden Rupert attacked Black Michael on his left shoulder, with a dagger, and it was bleeding. And Resendel later on tells that he realized that that was an attack made on the left side, on the heart of the Resendel, and he said it was bleeding, and he fainted. And in no time, the Rupert ran away. Though the companions of Resendel, they tried to capture him, but he said he ran like an arrow. In no time, he left, and Resendel was injured. His shoulder was injured, and he was bleeding. And he says for many hours he was fainted. And next morning, when he got up, the fields was around him, and he told him that they have captured the fellow, the John. Remember, yes, in last chapter, when Resendel was saying that only a trick can give us a chance to get the original king back. So they had used the girl from the inn, and the John had come there and they captured him, and they had brought into the custody of the companions of Black Michael. So Fritz informs Resendel that the John is here and they have captured him. Then Resendel orders that the John must be brought in. When John was brought in, he was afraid of Resendel and he was afraid of the people. And though Resendel says they had their own fears, because as the Rupert has attacked Resendel, so he said they had their own fears, but they tied the hands of John and they asked him to sit on the chair beside Rosendal. Then Rosendal was asking about the king, and the Rosendal says that he realized that the John was working for the Duke of Streltsub, for the Black Michael, because he feared Black Michael. He was not actually the respecting or loving Black Michael, because he feared Black Michael. That is why he was working for him, and his brother was also working for the Black Michael. So he asked the entire story about the castle. Then he said John told that inside the castle, near the drawbridge, near the river, the term used in the novel is moat. There are two rooms, and the rooms are connected with each other. The outer room and the inner room. And he says that the king is kept in the inner room. Remember another thing. The Rupert also informed the Rosendal that the king is alive. So the John is also telling the Rosendal that the two rooms are there near the moat, near the river, near the drawbridge, and the king is kept inside the inner room. And in the outer room, three companions of Black Michael are always guarding. They are protecting and they are keeping an active eye on the custody of original king who is inside the room. And he says that others are very simple. They will try to they protect the king. They will try to keep an eye on the king. And when anyone tries to attack those rooms, they will try to defend the three companions of the three people who are sitting in the outer room. They will try to protect themselves. And when they feel that they cannot protect themselves, then the others from Black Michael are very simple, that one from these three person, the most probably the Rupert or Ditcher, they will rush in the inner room and they will kill the original king, who is tied in the chair and he cannot move for more than 3 inches. So one person will go in the inner room and he will kill the original king. Then Rosendal asked that, then what about the dead body of the king? Then he says that inside the inner room there is a square window, and in that window a pipe is fitted, and that pipe from that window goes straight down to the moat, that the river. And his the body of the king will be put in that pipe, and that will be threshed into the river. And the one who will murder him will also try to escape from that same pipe into the river. So the people who were in the outer room, they will try to defend themselves, and once the king is killed, they will try to escape from that the pipe, that window, and they will go to the river. And that river, the John tells, is about 25 feet deep. So the other people of the Black Michael will come to rescue those people who will be coming out of that pipe. And he says the people who will attack the castle, that the people will attack those rooms, will fall in the trap of the Black Michael. So this is the planning of Black Michael. The king is kept in the inner room, and in the outer rooms his companions are the protecting, they are guarding, and if anyone attacks them, they will kill the king and they will rush from that pipe. That is the Jacob's ladder that is mentioned here, that actually is a pipe. So this was the planning of Black Michael. John also tells that he and his brother, they have made some improvements on that Jacob's ladder, and when they were making those improvements, the king had asked the Black Michael that what is that for, and he said that ladder will leave you from earth to heaven. It means when he will be killed, his dead body will be put in that pipe, and ultimately that will fall into the river. So this was all planning of Black Michael. And then the Rosendal gave some money to John, and he gave some awards to him, and he asked him to leave the place. And he said, when you go outside, do not tell anyone. If anyone asks you that is there any prison in the castle of Black Michael, then you must say that yes, there is. But if someone asks you that who is that prison, then do not tell them, otherwise you will be killed like a dog. So when he left the place, then the Resendal was thinking, and he was sitting with again Fritz and Sept, and he said that only two things can save the life of the original king. Then says that one is the treachery of the followers, the fellow people of the Black Michael. If we give them some money, and their treachery can save the life of the Black Michael. And second is the divine intervention. The God can save the life of the king. So this is all which is discussed in chapter number 13. Now, after getting that all important information, that what is inside the castle and what exact part of the castle the king is kept, and who is protecting him or who is keeping an eye on the body of the original king, now we will see in next chapter that how Resendal is planning to encounter or to overcome the planning of Black Michael. So very soon we will discuss the next chapter, and we will come to know that with what planning the Resendal is coming. Dear students, thank you very much for watching this. We'll meet you soon. Till then, goodbye.